Hey friends, this world looks shiny and bright on the outside, but inside, it's just as mysterious. When it comes to trading, it's a constant battle between smart moves, fear, and greed. Every day, millions of people enter the stock market hoping to hit it big. But most give up or lose everything within just a few weeks. Imagine a game where every move means either making money or taking a loss. The red and green candles bouncing on the screen aren't just numbers, they decide someone's fate. Trading looks easy from the outside, but it's just as complicated on the inside. It's not just about charts and indicators. The real battle happens in your mind. Have you ever wondered how some people always buy at the right time, sell at the right time, and keep making profits, while others keep losing in the same market? What makes successful traders different? Is it a secret strategy, a different way of thinking, a whole different mindset? In this video, we'll talk about that world that you won't see on news channels. We're diving deep into the mindset where professional traders make their decisions. This isn't just a book, it's a guide that teaches you how to understand trading like a pro and how to turn losses into wins. So, if you want to achieve something big in trading, if you want to win this mental battle from loss to victory, make sure you watch the whole video. This one video might just change the direction of your trading life. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe. Before we dive in, I'd like to ask you for a quick favor. Hit like on this video and save it so you can come back later. Here's why. Science proves that when you listen to knowledge-based content multiple times and write down the key points, your brain actually shifts that knowledge from short-term memory into long-term memory. That means instead of just forgetting this book in a week, you'll actually carry its lessons with you for life. So don't treat this as a one-time watch. Come back to it, replay it, and make notes. And here's the best part. The single most powerful lesson in this book, the one hidden in Chapter 2, The Psychology of Trading, and Chapter 3, The Secret to Consistent Profits, Discipline, I've saved for the very end. So if you click away early, you'll miss the part that could actually change how you think forever. Subscribe, and let's get started on this exciting journey into the world of trading, where the only game is understanding, and fortunes change every second. Chapter 1. The Trader's Path to Success. It's 4:00 in the morning. A man sits on a small balcony, staring at his laptop screen. Fatigue shows on his face, but there's a spark of hope in his eyes. His coffee has gone cold, but inside him, a fire is burning a drive to achieve something, to become something big. This story isn't just about him. It's about everyone who's stepped into the world of trading. He stepped in with the dream that one day he'd build the kind of life he always imagined for himself and his family. But trading isn't an easy journey. It's a battlefield of mental struggles. Behind every click lies fear, greed, and sometimes regret. In the beginning, everything seems simple. Charts, patterns, YouTube strategies all look easy and exciting. After making profit once or twice, it feels like this is the sure path to becoming a millionaire. But the real test begins when one losing trade follows another. Losses start piling up. Not just the money, but confidence begins to shake. A new trader wonders, where did I mess up? He watches videos again, reads notes once more. But the real answer lies somewhere else in his mindset, attitude, and habits. Every successful trader hits a breaking point where they fall apart. But then they get back up, and that's what makes all the difference between those who give up and those who make history. Once, a trader took a huge hit right at the start, lost $5,662.95 in a single day. He could have easily quit everything and never come back. But he didn't look at the chart. Instead, he looked within himself. He understood the fear that made his hands shake before every trade. He changed his habits. He disciplined his schedule. And most importantly, he started learning from every loss. Trading isn't just about making money. It's a mirror that shows your true self. When you get stuck in a bad trade, it reveals your greed. When you exit too early, it exposes your fear. When you keep making the same mistakes over and over, it brings out your stubbornness. If you want to become a successful trader, first, be a good person. Someone who understands emotions, keeps control over themselves, and never lets go of discipline, no matter what. This path is long and tiring, but those who get through it don't just earn money. They gain a new mindset, a new life, and most importantly, the strength to believe in themselves. Right now, as you're watching this video, maybe you're like that person sitting on the same balcony, tired but full of hope. So remember, this journey is tough, but not impossible. If you start with the right mindset, plan, and attitude, one day every candle on the chart will listen to you. Because in this world, the one who wins is the one who first learns to fight with himself. And that's the real beginning of becoming a successful trader. Chapter 4. Entry Strategies That Work. A cold morning in a small room in Delhi. Rohit is watching charts on his laptop. The market will open in 5 minutes. Red and green candles dance on the screen. Coffee in hand, a little fear in his eyes, and one question in his heart. Will this entry be right? He's been facing continuous losses for 2 weeks, sometimes entering too early, sometimes too late. Sometimes trading emotionally without any setup. But today, he wants to do something different. He decides to listen to his system, not his mind. This is the story of every trader who wants to live by the system, not by luck. Entering the market isn't a big deal. A click starts a trade. But making the right entry where the race really begins, not when others have already run, that's the real art. New traders often think if they get just one good entry, they'll make big profits. But they forget, good entries don't come from luck. They come from preparation, patience, and wisdom. Once, an expert trader sat in front of the screen all day without taking a single trade. His friend mocked him. "You sat all day without pressing a button?" He smiled and said, "I wasn't sitting to trade. I was waiting for the right trade." That's the difference between a professional and an emotional trader. An entry works only when 3 things align: technical confirmation, mental stability, and clear timing. If any one of these wavers, even the best setup will go against you. Trading without a plan is gambling, not trading. Patience is the most important quality for the right entry. Sometimes the setup forms right before your eyes, but you either jump too early or catch it too late. The market forgives no one, not the hasty, not the fearful. Also, an entry isn't just a place on the chart. It's a mental condition. If you're angry, greedy, or upset about a loss, any entry at that moment is a reaction, not a decision. Some traders trust price action. Others rely on indicators. But a true trader trusts conditions. They ask, is the market trending or ranging? Is this the opportunity I've been waiting for? Even a simple strategy becomes extraordinary if applied at the right time. Imagine a trader entering every breakout. But when the breakout fails, does he profit? No. That's why a right entry is not only a technical point, but a psychological balance. So next time you trade, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is this the usual setup I watch for? Is my mind calm and clear? Are my stop loss and target set? If yes, you are a systematic trader. If not, wait. In trading, money doesn't go to the impatient. It goes to the person who strikes at the right time, in the right way. Neither too early nor too late. Every entry tells a story. It's up to you whether it's a story of profit or regret. If this chapter made you think, comment below about your best entry and why it succeeded. Chapter 5. Money Management, Protecting Your Capital. For many, trading means making as much profit as quickly as possible. But for a true trader, trading means protecting your money. When a trader enters this world, his focus is only on profit, looking for opportunities, reading every indicator, trying to catch every movement. But gradually, he realizes that just making profit is not enough. If the capital isn't safe, the game can't be played for long. Once a young man started trading with his entire savings of $1,132. He heard big talks, take risks, only then you get rewards. He made some profit in the first 2 weeks. Confidence soared. Then he took a big position, hoping for double profits. But the market turned sharply the other way. Without any money management, that trade cost him $453 loss in 1 day. He was broken. This is where money management's importance comes in. It doesn't just tell you how big a position to take. It saves you from yourself, your fear, your greed, and your hasty decisions. All successful traders first learn how to control themselves and protect their capital. Many think they just need one big trade to turn it all around. But in trading, there is no single big trade. Every small step, every small risk, every planned move keeps you in the game. Like a businessman plans his budget, manages risks, and keeps backup plans, a trader must think before every trade. If this fails, how much can I bear? Every trade is a battle, and to win the war, you must preserve your army's strength. You can lose a battle, but if you have resources left, you can fight the next one. But if you bet everything in one battle and lose, you won't have the chance to fight again. A true story. An experienced trader always risked only 2% of his capital per trade. People mocked him, saying, "What will happen with such small positions?" But 6 months later, when the market crashed and everyone else wiped out their accounts, that trader was still in the game, and the falling market gave him his biggest profits. The real game in trading is survival. The trader who survives learns, grows, and wins. Money management gives you the confidence that no market turbulence can shake. When you know your limits and have a structure, you don't get emotional about trades. You don't fear or get greedy. You just follow your system. The biggest tragedy in trading is not people losing money, but people quitting before they even learn because they never had a plan to protect their capital. So if you truly want to achieve big things in this field, understand this. Making money is the second step. The first step is preserving money. Before every trade, ask yourself, if this trade goes wrong, can I trade again tomorrow? If yes, you've passed money management. This secret is what keeps a trader in the game for months, years, and a lifetime. Chapter 6. Putting it all together, real trades, real profits. Preparation is done. Now comes the time when charts, psychology, discipline, entry, and money management combine to form a weapon. A trader no longer just dreams, but claims his rightful share from the market. The journey began with fear and confusion, many wrong trades, losses, sleepless nights. But now that everything is understood, the real game begins. This chapter tells the story of a trader who now sees trading not as gambling, but as a system. Every trade has logic, thought, and most importantly, the fire of experience. It's 9:20 a.m., 10 minutes before market open. In front of him are volume, trend lines, support resistance, sector watch, but the clearest is his mind. Today, he's not looking for trades. He's watching to see if the market gives him an opportunity. His eyes fix on a stock that has been consolidating for a week. This morning it opened with a gap up and double the volume of previous days. He smiles slightly. This is the trade he was looking for. He thinks the stock will rally fast as the market opens. He doesn't panic. He waits. 15 minutes later, the first pullback comes, and the stock holds support. He enters precise, calm, and with the system. Stop loss was predetermined. Target was clear. That day, the stock didn't betray his trust. The trade went in his favor. The target was hit, and profit was pocketed. But the real profit wasn't just money. It was the satisfaction, the peace of mind that comes from working according to a plan, something more valuable than any money. You might wonder, was this magic? A secret trick? No. It was hard work, patience, and the process of connecting every small detail. Success in trading doesn't come suddenly. It comes when you learn from mistakes, treat every loss as a lesson, analyze every failed trade, and don't let wins go to your head. The biggest lesson in this chapter, consistency, comes from clarity. When you know when to trade, when not to, where to enter, where to place stops, no matter how the market behaves, you don't break down. Trading is a process, and following that process daily, whether the market screams or your heart fears, is the mark of a professional trader. Real trades don't just happen on the chart. They happen on every day you stick to rules, every night you sleep with a plan, and every morning you work, not against the market, but with your system. Chapter 2. The Psychology of Trading. It's 2 a.m. A young guy is staring at his screen. A red candle is dropping fast on the chart, and his face is going pale just like that candle. His heart is pounding hard. His hands are shaking. They're still there. In that moment, he forgets he ever studied a trading strategy. He worked hard to prepare a setup. For hours, he watched charts, analyzed indicators, and entered at the perfect point. But as soon as the market moved slightly against him, his patience wavered. He got scared. He thought, what if I lose again? And cut the trade. Just minutes later, that same trade moved upward. Now, think, where was the mistake? Not in the system or setup. The setup was right. But in that moment, his psychology, his fear, won. Trading is not played in the outside world. It's actually a mental battlefield where your emotions race, fear, greed, regret, hope. When you jump into a trade because everyone else is jumping, that's FOMO, fear of missing out. When you don't cut losses hoping the market will reverse, that's a hope trap. When you exit early from profit because you think this is enough, that's lack of confidence. Every successful trader knows that the real strategy is made in the mind, who understands their fear, who recognizes their greed, who controls their inner voice, makes the best decisions. Once, an expert trader was asked, "How do you get it right every time?" He smiled and said, "I don't get it right. I just don't let my emotions decide." Trading has no guarantee of right or wrong. But if your thinking is clear and your mental state steady, you can handle every situation. Every trade is not just a position, it's a test of your mental strength, patience, and most importantly, your self-awareness. So next time you see a move on the chart and your fingers are itching to click, pause, take a breath. Ask your mind, am I making this decision out of fear or wisdom? Am I driven by greed or discipline? Because the person who understands their mind can understand any market in the world. Remember, the real power of trading is neither in charts nor indicators. It's in your mind. When you truly understand this, neither the market's volatility nor losses can scare you. You will win every trade, whether money comes or not. Your mindset will only grow stronger. And that's the hallmark of a professional trader. Chapter 3. The Secret to Consistent Profits. Discipline. It's 9:15 a.m. The market opens in 15 minutes. A trader sits in front of his system, coffee in hand, eyes fixed on the screen, but his mind is in turmoil. Yesterday, he made a wrong trade and lost $226.52. Today, he thinks he must do something big, recover everything. But his hands tremble. His fingers hover nervously on the mouse. Will he make profits today? Probably not, because what he lacks most today is discipline. The biggest lie traders tell themselves is, "I know what I'm doing." But the truth is, until every decision is disciplined, profit remains a coincidence, not a habit. Every trader comes into the market dreaming of luxury cars, Forex accounts, and freedom. But within weeks, they realize this world isn't as easy as Instagram shows. Once, a boy started trading after watching some YouTube videos. He made good profits in the first 2 trades. His confidence soared. But on the 3rd day, he took a big trade outside the plan and lost all his profits. He didn't understand the mistake. The real reason was lack of discipline. You can have the best strategy and spend hours on charts, but when the real trade comes, only discipline helps. Discipline doesn't mean just trading on time. It means saying no to greed, telling you to earn more, no to fear telling you to exit early, and no to the voice that says after every loss, "I need to recover everything in one trade." Notice some traders take only 1 or 2 trades a day and still make consistent profits, while others jump in and out every 5 minutes and end the month empty-handed. The difference is discipline, the power that stops you when you're losing control, the mindset that makes you follow your plan no matter what. A true professional trader waits, even when no setup shows up, and stops even when greed says, "Now run." Trading is a game where less is actually more. One precise trade outweighs 100 incomplete ones. Remember, the market will give new opportunities daily, but chasing every opportunity means losing both your capital and peace of mind. If you keep repeating the same mistakes and lose to emotions despite having a plan, you're not a trader. Yet, you're just a reaction machine. Discipline isn't a button you can switch on. It's a habit, a process built by small, daily decisions. When one day you trade without fear, without greed, and accept losses with a smile, you're on the right path. Next time you trade, ask yourself, am I disciplined? If yes, whether you make profits or not, you've won the biggest battle in trading. Now that you've learned everything from mindset to money management, entry to real trades, it becomes clear. Trading isn't just a skill, it's a lifestyle. It teaches patience, discipline, and most importantly, self-belief. Behind every successful trader lies years of hard work, thousands of mistakes, and an unbreakable determination to learn and survive, no matter what. Because no one wins by fighting the market. The one who wins is the one who understands the market and moves with it. Every chapter in this series is like a brick building a strong foundation. When you build your system on this foundation, profit isn't just a number. It becomes a balance in your life. If this whole journey has shaken you inside or made you feel a change, please share in the comments. Your feedback inspires us and guides better content. Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. In upcoming videos, we will explore deeper layers that can turn an ordinary person into a legendary trader. Stay connected, keep learning, and most importantly, keep standing strong. Because trading isn't a one-day win, it's a lifelong wisdom.